Rape private eye finds serial rapists and sex offenders. Rape is terrible, but sadly, it is an unfortunate part of our worldwide society. Rapists comes from all levels of society, every gender, every race and nationality, and sex offenders can even be kids. The impact of false sexual assault accusations, or even valid ones, on accused rapists and the impact of sex crimes against victims of any age can have terrible consequences for all involved. It takes a highly skilled and dedicated legal professional to sort out these complex legal situations to help those involved obtain the legal justice they seek. Our rape private investigator and our sex trafficking private detective at our private detective agency confidentially and discreetly helps both victims and alleged perpetrators of various sex offenses. A sex offender private detective must consider all the evidence and must know how to help put the legal case together for whichever side she is helping. Our pedophile private eyes at our company that conduct human trafficking investigations have received training in how to solve these types of cases quickly and effectively. False rape accusations. People can make false claims of sex crimes and child molestation for a wide variety of reasons. Indeed, our criminal private investigators receive a considerable number of false sexual assault assistance requests from people with no criminal record whatsoever who just happen to encounter a narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath with little or no conscience. As frustratingly damaging as the idiots who hurt everyone by making false claims of child pornography or other sex crimes, they are no match for our criminal defense attorneys and rape private detectives at our private investigation agency who have the skills and resources ready to counter their every move. Some of the terrible reasons that may allude to someone making a false sexual abuse allegation against another individual, according to our sex trafficking private detectives and child predator private investigators at our private investigation agency that conduct sex trafficking private investigations and child sexual abuse private investigations, include, but are not limited to, the following red flags. The alleged victim never provides any accurate description of the alleged sexual perpetrator. The alleged victim has no visible injuries around the sexual organs or other parts of her/his/their body. The alleged victim's clothing is inconsistent with a sexual assault. The alleged victim has a history of mental illness. The alleged rape victim is unable to effectively communicate where the alleged sex crimes occurred. The alleged victim of sexual abuse gives a very delayed report. The same alleged of sexual assault has previously made the same or similar false allegations against other innocent people. The alleged victim appears to have injuries made by her/his/their own fingernails, and/or the person's injuries appear self-inflicted. The person claiming sexual assault has a reason for vindictiveness and manipulation, such as a breakup, child custody dispute, etc. The alleged victim gives few or no specific details and/or gives inconsistent specifics on how the sexual assault occurred. As our incest private investigators and Indecent Exposure Acts private investigator at our private detective agency near me that conduct indecent exposure investigations and incest private investigations can tell you, these are just some of the many red flags that might very well indicate that the accuser is full of crap and needs police to charge her/him/them with a crime of falsely reporting a crime instead. Indeed, we should all listen to alleged victims of rape and human trafficking. But without hard proof, we must not believe them. Otherwise, we risk doing terrible damage to innocent people. If someone has falsely accused you of child molestation or lewd acts with a minor, then you need to hire a lewd acts private investigator and incest private detective from our private investigation agency to conduct indecent exposure acts investigations and human trafficking private investigations on your behalf. Do not delay, as our criminal defense private investigators and criminal defense lawyers need time to present the strongest possible defense on your behalf. Genuine sexual assault victim claims. Of course, on the other side of false accusations are the many unfortunate victims of rape and other forms of sexual assault. These unfortunate individuals have suffered a terrible injustice and deserve public help and assistance to bring their perpetrator to justice. Our Lewd Acts private detectives and sexual perpetrator private investigator at our private detective agency that conduct pedophile priest private investigations and prostitution private investigations stand ready and willing to help these individuals bring their perpetrators to justice. Gathering the needed sexual offense evidence for criminal defense of accused sex offenders. There is a lot that goes into mounting the best possible criminal defense for alleged violent sex offenders of all kinds. The best criminal defense lawyer will need to have all possible evidence available to assist her/him/them in your defense in court with a judge and jury. Indeed, state governments tend to fund their prosecutorial staff well with the resources they need to obtain convictions. So you need to have the same strong set of experienced legal professionals on your side to help you secure a dismissal or acquittal. Some of the types of evidence that a rape private detective and a child sexual abuse private investigator from our private detective agency that conduct incest private investigations and indecent exposure acts private investigations include, but are not limited to, the following: locating and interviewing of criminal witnesses, social media scans/deep internet searches/criminal and civil background checks, obtaining crime scene video footage, DNA, and other forensic evidence, trial preparation, mediation, and jury selection services, identification of license plate registrations, providing mediation, trial preparation, and jury selection services, surveillance/monitoring of criminal witnesses/victims' activities, finding other victims that the alleged victim also falsely accused, helping to pin down any of the victim's written or verbal confessions that show she/he/they fabricated the rape allegations. These are just some of the things that our incest private investigators and sexual assault private detective from our private investigation agency in Norman, Oklahoma, that conduct prostitution private investigations and child molestation private investigations can help obtain to get fake or even valid accusations dismissed or an acquittal secured. This is why you need to hire us as soon as you can to get us onto your team. Securing evidence needed to help rape victims prosecute rapists and child molesters. As demonstrated by the hefty price to hire an indecent exposure acts private detective or to find a rape private investigator to investigate a sexual assault or rape, victims of incest, rape, sex trafficking, child molestation, and other forms of sexual violence also need significant assistance from law enforcement and private investigation personnel. Indeed, many times police officers are disinterested, lack the resources to conduct a thorough and proper sexual assault, private investigation, etc. Thus, you can hire a private eye and can locate the best rape investigator from our private detective agency near me to conduct child sexual abuse private investigations by teachers' private investigations. When you hire a human trafficking private investigator and locate a Lewd Acts private detective from our private investigation agency in Oklahoma to conduct sexual assault investigations and rape investigations for you, we can help victims of these heinous crimes catch their attackers and help put them into prison. Some of the evidence we will try to secure for you to present to the police and prosecution or even a civil attorney to sue them with may include, but is not limited to, the following: taking statements from other sexual assault victims your perpetrator also violated, locating any weapons, vehicles, or other items used in the attack, obtaining video footage of your sexual assault, if any, helping obtain DNA and other forensic evidence which collaborate the attack, retrieving and analyzing important deleted data from cell phones, computers, iPad, etc. that can help prove a sex crime occurred, child pornography photos, etc., helping to locate and free victims of sex trafficking, testifying in court on your behalf against the perpetrator interviewing the alleged perpetrator, witnesses to the attack, and the sexual assault victim, locating the attacker and other vital criminal trial witnesses, running civil and criminal background checks, and social media scans/deep internet searches to help discredit your attacker and defense witnesses, running license plates to confirm identities, conducting surveillance on your attacker and defense witnesses, collaborating and consulting with law enforcement personnel and prosecutorial staff. These are some of the many ways our child predator private investigator and sexual predator private investigator at our private investigation agency in Midwest City can help victims of sexual assault and other sex offenses. If you or someone you love has fallen victim to criminal sexual acts of another person, then you need to help yourself by hiring effective legal personnel who can help you solve your case. Do not rely upon law enforcement and prosecutors to get you the justice you deserve. Many times, police officers and prosecutors fail to act, as most rapes and sexual assaults go unpunished. Costs of rape private investigations. The cost to hire a sexual harassment private investigator and to find a sexual misconduct private detective from a PI agency in Oklahoma. This is because these types of child pornography private investigations and incest investigations take a significant amount of time and private eyes to help solve. Whether working on behalf of the victim or alleged perpetrator, our sexual assault private detective and prostitution private investigator must devote all time and resources to getting the job done right. Both victims of sexual assault and rape and alleged sex offenders risk much if they lose in the legal system, so the cost to hire our PI agency is worth it. Hire the best rape investigator and incest private investigator. Whether a victim of false sexual abuse allegations who needs help clearing the doubt or a true victim of sexual abuse, you need to hire the legal professionals who will fight for you and who have the experience, education, and training needed to get the job done right. Please do not let further injustice happen to you. Call or text our private investigation agency today at 405-593-3515 for a confidential consultation aimed at helping you resolve your matter quickly and effectively.